Yeah, well, I mean, the number one thing that we preach is we got to practice safely. Um, First and foremost, obviously when we're not in pads or at least full pads, we try to, we got to keep each other healthy. And then when we get to pads, everything is we try to stay high. We try to stay high. But when his version of staying high is 100 miles an hour as well. So, there's times when we got to tone it down and tone it back a little bit just for the sake of everybody keeping the next man healthy in practice.
Is there a part of you, though, that likes to see that a little bit? Because, I mean, maybe not against his own team, but you know what he can do on Sundays?
Yeah, always. The linebacker position is one that you must be physical at the point of attack. And obviously, just leading that and doing that by example is important for us as a football team overall, because it helps the offense as well in terms of getting their toughness going and getting them physical as well.
It seemed like you guys did the tackling to the ground period today, and
yes,
seemed like he just came to life and was in on like 3 consecutive tackles. Was he in his element out there? Did he jump out in that period?
Yeah, he did. He stood out. I haven't watched the tape yet, but he definitely stood out. And I think as a football team, everyone gets excited when we go live for a play or 3 plays or whatever coach might deem at that point in time. Yes.
What have you thought of, Schobert in the middle for you guys? But, you've kind of gotten to know him a little bit, kind of practiced with him a little bit.
Yeah, he's a smart player. He can orchestrate a lot of different things for us in terms of checks, getting us in line, making the adjustment, all those kind of things. So from that standpoint, obviously he's played a number of years in the league, and that has helped his progression. And he's picking up the system, and he's doing a good job with communicating to his teammates and understanding what his role in the defense is going to be for this season.
Hey, Coach, the missed tackle stats was obviously not what the Browns wanted last year.
Yeah, sure.
How much of a priority has that been for you?
That's always a priority for us coming in as a defense. Every great defense that I've been involved with, they've been excellent tacklers, excellent tackling football teams. When you look at the playoffs, year in and year out, those teams that are still playing in January into February, those defenses are physical and they can also tackle. So we're going to work on that every day, whether we're in full pads or just helmets. We're going to work a form of tackling, taking angles to the ball, being physical at the point of attack, shooting our hands, wrapping, taking them to the ground, things of that nature. We're going to work those fundamentals every single day, and angles to the ball, most importantly.
Schobert had a lot of them last year. I mean, he did a lot of good things, but he had a lot of missed tackles
Sure.
too. Is that something that you really concentrate on?
It is. I'm constant, not only with Joe, but with everyone in the room. We're concentrating on, the tackling element of it, and really, it's a byproduct of angles to the ball. If you understand leverage and guys running to the ball, typically you have a player fitting on the outside and players fitting on the inside. In our system here, we want our players, for the most part, most tackles to be a vice tackle. And what I mean by that is we want to have 2 players at the point of attack making a tackle on every single play if we can. I know that's not always going to be the case, but that's what we're looking for.
When we're out there watching individuals, Jannard Avery's working a lot with the D-line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How's he spending his time? Is he spending time with you guys still, or where is he spending his time?
Jannard is a versatile player. For the most part, he's been working with the defensive line because when he came out of college, his forte for the most part was as an edge defender. So we have different roles for Jannard in our defense. Some things that you might not see at this point in time, but Jannard is still a part of the linebacker/defensive line rotation.
Coach, it seems like last year, at least the last 2 years in the previous system, the Browns have kind of struggled to cover tight ends, at least anchor the middle of the field. It seemed as though when you watch the film, there was a lot of spot drop. Do you guys prefer to spot drop or more zone pattern match type of stuff when you guys are doing coverage?
Yeah, we're going to mix it up. We're going to play man. We're going to pattern match, as you mentioned, and we're also going to landmark or spot drop. So it's just based on the opponent and who we're playing. Right now we have an entire system kind of going in, so you're going to see a lot of different variations of different coverages. But definitely, the middle of the field's got to be controlled by the linebackers for the most part, and in particular the Mike linebacker a lot of times. So from a technique standpoint, we work on that daily in terms of where our eyes should be, what our exit angle should be, how we should address vertical routes down the field, things of that nature, and at some point we're going to continue to get better at it.
So they're trying to figure out replacements, kind of route combinations.
Yeah, no question. We have to be able to pattern match and read route combinations, based on splits, based on releases, all of those kind of things. Yes.
And you might have addressed this already, but according to Pro Football Focus, Joe Schobert missed 24 tackles.
Okay.
And so what are you guys doing to correct that?
Yeah, we're working on it every single day, as I mentioned previously. Our angles to the ball, leveraging the football, understanding where our help is in terms of tackling. Obviously, continuing to not break down in the open space where there's a lot of grass. We still got to close the distance between us and the ball carrier. A lot of times when guys miss tackles, you see them breaking down far too far away from the ball carrier. We got to continue to take the grass, close the distance, and then when we arrive, we have to have good fundamentals and form tackle.
And how hard is to correct that for a guy who's been playing for a while?
Well, you just got to reteach it every day. Every day. We're constantly reteaching things every single day. And the same things that we're talking about here in July, late August, we're going to still preach throughout the entire season, fundamentals and technique.
We've seen a lot of you guys running with 2 linebackers, 5 DBs, 3 safeties on the field a lot, especially with that first group. How does that kind of impact your linebackers and what they need to be able to do in that defense when you are in like more of a 4-2-5 role?
Yeah, it's a versatile defense. We've been running this system for a number of years now, and they just have to understand there's times when, the will linebacker or the outside backer is like a safety. So in a perfect world, you're looking for all, the old conventional will linebacker type linebackers, guys that can run and hit, make plays on the ball, cover tight ends man to man. Cover the running backs man-to-man, different things of that nature. So it's a versatile defense, and all of the players are kind of interchangeable, so to speak.
Looking at the quarterbacks in this division,
Yep.
you've got Lamar Jackson, who wants him kind of the athletic runner type, Big Ben, tough to bring down, Dalton in Cincinnati. A lot of 3 different types of quarterbacks.
Sure.
So do you have to kind of build your defense with that in mind?
You do.
Teach your linebackers
You do.
with that in mind?
You do, but at the same time, you just mentioned it, you have 3 different philosophies offensively. So based on the opponent and who we're playing that particular week, the game plan may change. If we're playing, a run, a run style offense, pass style, it just depends on who the opponent is.